Welcome to the LawBank. Today, we're going to delve into the concept of omissions in criminal law, particularly focusing on actus reus. Actus reus refers to the physical component of a crime, which can be an action or an omission. The general rule regarding omissions is that there is no criminal liability for failing to act, unless it falls under very specific exceptions where a duty to act is established. Let's explore these exceptions. The first exception arises when you voluntarily undertake responsibility for someone else. A key case illustrating this is Stone and Dobinson. In this case, a couple agreed to care for the sister, who was anorexic. However, they failed to seek help when she became ill and refused to eat. Their failure to act resulted in criminal liability. Another situation that creates a duty to act is a parental relationship. In the case of Gibbons and Proctor, a father and stepmother were convicted of murder for failing to feed a child, leading to the child's death by starvation. Here, the parental duty imposed an obligation to act. A duty to act can also arise when a person sets in motion a dangerous chain of events and fails to stop it. This is demonstrated in the case of Miller. The defendant, while squatting in a flat, was smoking and fell asleep, causing his cigarette to ignite a fire. Upon waking, he did nothing to stop the fire and instead moved to another room to continue sleeping. His failure to act imposed criminal liability. Further examples of this duty include DPPV, Santa-Bermudez, 2004, where the defendant failed to inform a police officer about a sharp object in their pocket, leading to the officer being injured during a search. The court held that the defendant's omission constituted a dangerous situation, and his failure to act made him liable. Another key case is Evans, 2009, where the defendant supplied heroin to her half-sister, who subsequently overdosed. Despite realizing the danger, she did not seek medical help. The court ruled that by creating a dangerous situation, she had a duty to act, and her failure to do so resulted in liability. Contractual obligations can also create a duty to act. This is exemplified in the case of Pitwood. Here, the defendant was employed as a railway crossing gatekeeper. He failed to lower the barrier as required, resulting in a fatal accident. His omission was deemed criminal due to his contractual duty to act. Public duty is another scenario where a duty to act exists. Police officers, for instance, have a public duty to intervene in certain situations. In Ditham, a police officer witnessed a violent attack but failed to intervene because his shift was ending. His inaction resulted in criminal liability. Lastly, an Act of Parliament can impose a duty to act. For example, under Section 174 of the Road Traffic Act 1988, a driver involved in a road traffic accident is required to report the incident to the police if there is damage or injury. Failing to do so can lead to criminal liability. Another statutory duty is found in Section 5 of the Domestic Violence, Crime and Victims Act, 2004, which holds individuals responsible if they fail to take reasonable steps to protect a child or vulnerable adult from the risk of serious harm, leading to criminal liability. It's important to note that some situations might be morally wrong but not legally punishable. For instance, if someone saw a child drowning and simply watched without helping, they would not be legally liable unless their inaction fell under one of the exceptions we discussed. This highlights the distinction between what is immoral and what is illegal. Understanding these exceptions to the general rule on omissions is crucial for grasping how criminal liability can be established without a physical act. This topic is highly relevant and could be assessed in the OCR examination as a 20-mark question. Thank you for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to LawBank for more insights on legal concepts and case law.